Peace has been a priority in my life, but recently it feels like I've been putting it on the back burner. I had doubts and fears that were in the way of achieving my goals. I felt stuck and entrapped inside a box. I felt drained and disconnected from my purpose, my soul mission on earth. I felt confused on why my life was like this. Then it dawned upon me, I'm no longer in alignment with what I'm called to do. I had to reevaluate myself and set my priorities. So, I'm taking small steps to get back on track towards my soul mission. And the first step is creating peace in my life. To me, peace is freedom. Peace is love. Peace is setting boundaries. Peace is leaving situations that are no longer serving you. In this case, it was my career. April 18th, 2024 is my quitiversary. I quit my job as a registered nurse on a neurosurgery med-surg floor. I was there for about a year, did my residency there. It really started off great, but eventually I realized this wasn't a place for me. I wanted it to work so badly. That was even the worst part, because all that effort, all that work, and all that push I did in nursing school, I wanted it to pay off with this job and with this place that I was working at. But I had to be realistic with myself, because the longer I stood there, the less happy I became. And at me sacrificing my peace and happiness is not worth any job. So eventually I just came to the decision to leave that place. And the main reason I left that place is because it was 100% not in alignment with what I'm here to do on this earth, what I'm called to do, and what my soul mission is. And so I know my soul mission involves helping people release their traumas, helping them with their spiritual work, helping them see a different perspective in the world and spirituality. And then working in that hospital didn't really align with me. I just knew that, like, you don't have to be a doctor, a nurse, or traditional medical professional to help people or heal them. There's many different ways you can help and heal people. And then also helping people in a hospital setting came with a lot of other negatives and a lot of labor that just was not best for me. And then just overall working in an environment was not helping me, or was it in alignment with my greatest and highest good. So like I said, it started out great. Like, I really did enjoy working there. I enjoyed the experience I got working on that floor, but eventually I just started getting the calling to leave my job. Quit your job, quit your job. Like, everything in my body was telling me to quit. I just got a strong urge to just leave. I just got a calling. My intuition was telling me to leave that place, to leave my job, because I have a higher calling to follow through. I had a prompting helping me to work towards my soul mission, and me staying in that job was stopping me from working towards my soul mission. So I got a calling to leave. I'm still not 100% sure how I'm supposed to help heal people, release their traumas and whatnot. But I believe that starting a YouTube channel would help me get to that point. I feel like I've been guided to start a YouTube channel. I've been guided to start a business. I feel like building a business, building my own community, being around like-minded people who believe in the same ideas and then values that I believe in will help me work towards that purpose. And so that's why I started a YouTube channel, to help me be in the right path, be in the right life path for me. So I want to start a business that mainly focuses on healing, helping release traumas. I do have a business where I make shadow work journals. I make affirmation journals, I make coloring books and such. I have that link in the description if you want to check that out. But that's not like my main thing I want to do. That's kind of just something on the side. That's still something that brings me excitement and happiness, but I feel like I'm being called to do something greater. And because the job I was previously working was not in alignment with what I'm meant to do in my life, I felt very disconnected in many different areas of my life. And even working there started to trigger a lot of symptoms in my body. It started to affect me physically and mentally. I started developing symptoms that I never had before, and the ones that I did have, it just made it 10 times worse. So I have paresthesia and anxiety, which is kind of like having numbness and tingling, or like pins and needles on your legs and my hands. So I've been having that. I've been having that due to like a long-term anxiety that developed. But working at that job for the past year really exacerbated those symptoms. I know it was so bad that I had to go to the ER one time because it literally felt like my legs were on fire. They were just burning. It was such a burning sensation. I had a shift that day. The sensation, the tingling was just so bad. I couldn't manage it. I had to go to the ER because of that. Of course, right after the shift, my blood pressure was skyrocket through the roof. It was like 180 over 94. I had a headache, my tingling was worse, my legs were on fire. It was just a very stressful day. And I feel like being in that stressful environment is what really triggered my paresthesia anxiety to just exacerbate really bad. Like I said, the other symptoms I had headaches, I had a lot of anger outbursts. I just felt like my soul was and my energy was just drained. I just felt like feelings of entrapment. Like I felt like I was just trapped in a box. But I just feel like I was so entrapped because I was just stuck. I feel like I was just stuck in one area for 12 hours. And by the time I got home, I felt so drained. And then having to get up and work the next day, it was very dreadful. Like it was like dreading waking up and going back to work the next day. And so over time, eventually, I just stopped having excitement for working in that place. I feel like the passion, the excitement I had was just gone. There was no fire. It was just gone. It just left me. And then also because of working there, it was very overstimulating. I feel like that's not really good for me. All the ringings, the bells, the alarms, people screaming, that's just not really good for my mental health. It's not really good for me to be hearing that. Me going home every night, it was a lot of decluttering, mental decluttering, a lot of destimulation I had to do pretty much every night when I get home, because going back to work the next day, that's just too much for my brain to handle. And eventually I started having a work-life unbalance, especially working back-to-back 2 12-hour shifts. I just felt very drained and I felt very tired. I just stayed in bed and I just slept the whole day. I did not do anything. And so I wasn't really able to do many activities outside of work besides going to work because I was just so tired I could barely even move. I wake up the next day, my legs were just, not only were they tingling, but they just felt so heavy, like I could barely move out of bed. I think this is just nursing in general, or just corporate work. Being in that toxic work culture is not really good for me, especially when it comes to like gossip. Oh, nurses love their gossip. They love to gossip about the patients, gossip about other people, spreading rumors about people. Very nosy. I had one of my coworkers spreading a rumor about me, and because I don't really share my business with other people, they labeled me, oh, you're very quiet, you don't talk much, you're the quiet girl. I was labeled as the quiet one because I didn't want people in my business. I just wanted to do my job and go home. So when I try to talk to them about like this culture that we have at work, about this work culture, this work hustle, I feel like I just received a lot of pushback about me complaining about working so much. I felt like I was in like a struggle battle. Like people would really like battle out and try to one up each other how much they can work, how much they can suffer, how much they can struggle. They would literally brag about working 5 12-hour shifts in a row. They would brag about not being able to eat an entire 12-hour shift. I had this one coworker, because I told her that I had a late lunch. It was so funny because when I told her that, she said that, oh, well, one time I didn't eat or drink anything my entire shift. And it felt like she was bragging about it. And then I was looking at her like, that is not a flex. That's just really sad. And I don't want to be in that type of environment. So to them, it looks like I'm just complaining or being dramatic. But to me, I had to prioritize my peace. Overall, it was not an environment that was meant for me long term. And it did not align with my values. Another thing I really don't like about just corporate, this is not only in healthcare, this is also in corporate. I really don't like the passive aggressive like management. I feel like the higher ups are very nice, nasty. I kind of tiptoe around what they want to talk to you about. They never really get to the point, and that's something I really do not like. It's just very fake. I feel like it's just a fake mask everyone's putting up just to be professional. So that's not something that really aligned with me. I'm just like, just tell me straight up what you want to tell me. Don't be nice, nasty about it. Especially don't go talking behind my back about it either. And so I really had to come to a point where I'm reanalyzing how my life even got to this point. And I really had to reanalyze, like, this is not my passion. This is not making me happy. If you're into human design, I'm a manifesting generator. My self-theme is excitement. Working at this job did not excite me at all. It did not bring me happiness. It did not generate any type of energy within me, push through to keep going. So I had to reanalyze, like, what am I supposed to do here? What is the next step for me? What do I do now? And I felt like the reason like I even became a nurse in the first place really had to go back and think. It's definitely because of my parents. I feel like I was very led and being pushed, even forced to go into a nursing career. If I had to go back and do it again, if I made my choice independently on my own, I definitely would not choose a nursing career. Looking back, I wanted to make my parents happy. I wanted them to be proud of me. So I kind of just followed along what they told me to do, kind of made the choices for me to become a nurse. And because I had fears of speaking up to my parents, I had fears of talking back to them, I kind of just didn't say anything, and I kind of just went with whatever they told me to do. I know they had the greatest intentions. I know they wanted the best for me. I know they wanted a career path that will always bring stable financial income. But in the end, it was not something that truly made me happy. It was not something that truly was in alignment. And so now I'm taking my power back and doing something that is truly meant for me, that I'm supposed to be doing, and that I'm actually being called to do without any influence on other people. Okay, so now I quit my job. I started this YouTube channel. My goal is to start a business related to healing and also work on my other business, which involves journals, coloring books, affirmation books. So what is the plan now? I'm not exactly sure what my plan is 100%. I do feel like I'm being guided by spirit. I do feel like the spirit is aligning me with the path that will bring me opportunities in the future. So I'm not 100% in fear. I don't want to walk this path in fear and being scared of what the next move should be. I know that I am guided and protected. I know I am being led to what I'm supposed to do in my life. So I refuse to be in a state of lack, in a state of how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I supposed to do this? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to? I don't want to be in that type of mindset, because that's gonna lower my vibration, that's gonna lower my frequency, and that's going to hinder me from the opportunities that are meant to come into my life. So before I just quit my job, thankfully I am blessed enough to have a savings. So I do have at least a couple of months of savings. So I'm not entirely worried about like financially how I'm supposed to support myself, because that is there for me. I mean, worst case scenario, I could always get another job, but is it the right thing for me? Is it going to bring me happiness? Is it going to bring me excitement? And is it in alignment with my soul mission? That's the thing that I want to do. I don't want to just jump back into another job and just be like the same thing as my previous job, dreading it, being drained emotionally. I don't want to be in that situation again. So I'm taking my time with this and just allowing spirit to guide me and just taking small steps one at a time for me to know what I'm meant to do. So I know within the divine timing, everything will fall into place. But as of now, I'll just focus on my YouTube channel. I'll focus on the business I currently have for my books, my journals, my workbooks, work on my Amazon store, and I'll just do things. I'll put out content that aligns with my soul. I'll put out content that I'm being guided to put out, and I'll just continue to follow my promptings, all while prioritizing peace. That is the main thing I am led to do. Prioritize my peace. Whatever whatever path aligns best with my peace and happiness, that is what I'm going towards. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people quit their jobs. I've seen so many YouTube videos. I've seen a lot of people on social media. I feel like there is a movement right now of people quitting their 9-to-5s, quitting their jobs, quitting the office cubicle settings, quitting their healthcare setting, and just doing what they're being called to do. So I feel like there's like a movement happening. And I'm very excited to see the next step in my life. I'm very excited to see where this will take me. I'm very excited to see what I'm called to do next and how it will affect me in my future, and what good things will bring me into doing what I'm led to do, doing what I'm called to do. So yeah, I'm very excited, as you can see, because I have feelings of excitement. I feel like that excitement is within me again. Following my human design as a manifesting generator, I feel like I'm on the right path. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. And because I don't have worries or fears within my head just constantly ruminating, I feel like I'm doing the right thing in my life. I feel like I followed my intuition and I listened to my promptings, and so here I am. So there is no reason why the blessings, my manifestations, will not come into fruition. Apart from being excited about this new journey in my life, I'm also excited to start building my YouTube channel, building my community, being around people who are like-minded, people who are like me, people who have the same ideology as me, people who believe in spirituality, they believe in their life purpose, they believe in their soul mission. I'm very excited to like meet other people who are like me, because I made a YouTube video. My very first YouTube video was about not being in that type of environment with people who are like me. And so I'm ready to build that community for myself, because I've never had that. growing up, I've never had that just in general. So yeah, overall, I'm just excited to see where this will take me. And I know in a couple months when I look back, I know I'm excited to see how far of a journey I've came. I can't wait to see how far I've come along this journey. So yeah, all while prioritizing peace. So yeah, my loves, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think about this video. If you have any other things you want me to talk about in my life or just in spirituality in general, let me know. Yeah, until next time, bye y'all.